part of the advanced training for the Empire Air Training Scheme, which is a scheme founded in 1939 to supply pilots to the RAF and also to the home countries. The reason being that the Luftwaffe could bomb all of the manufacturing facilities, and they also were in range of all of the training facilities. So if training was interrupted and the supply of pilots dried up to the RAF, major elite problems. So the then Empire countries, now known as the Commonwealth countries, you had Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Rhodesia, Canada, even Singapore supplied some pilots before it was overrun by the Japanese. 131,000 pilots came out of that scheme, supplying pilots for the RAF, and this was the major contributor to advanced flying training, as it was also for the United States Navy and United States Army Air Force.
Now, the Harvard is described as thrilling but challenging to fly. It was designed to be intentionally unforgiving so that pilots transitioning to the bigger and more powerful adjustments to counter the torque of this powerful 600 horsepower radial engine. The cockpit layout is complex, featuring a complex array of levers, instruments, hydraulic controls that require constant pilot management. And there are also no mod cons to assist Dave. The T6 lacks any kind of automatic systems. It's really heavy on the controls and very similar to driving your car with no power steering. Dave started flying at the age of 12 at Fenland Flying School in Cambridgeshire. He completed his airline licence in 2006 and joined Ryanair to fly Boeing 737-800s, and has since worked his way up to being an airline captain. But in his spare time, he still enjoys flying lighter aircraft and instructs student pilots, and it also enjoys playing the trumpet.
The very early Harvards also basically represented by the Australian-produced Wirraway. We picked up the licence to manufacture the aircraft, the early Harvards. What is washout? Basically, if you look through sections of the wing, as you come from the fuselage out to the wingtip, washout means that the angle of incidence of that section to the oncoming airflow actually increases. And that means that if the wing stalls or loses lift, it loses lift evenly across the wing. Where there is no washout, you have a major issue, especially if you're flying in unbalanced flight conditions. What happens is the wingtip will stall rather than the rest of the wing, and the wingtip will drop rather rapidly. Very disconcerting. You can end up inverted in a circuit pattern, low to the ground. Quite a few airforces, over 60 different air arms, use one or more of the nearly 15,500 that were produced. And if you also imagine it, when there was an new old stock from the United States, you'd actually build a T6 or a Harvard from brand new parts.
That beautiful victory roll